Just got done sun gazing, 8 a.m. We're hitting it.
Sup, motherfuckers? I got a question for y'all. What is stopping you? No, really. What is actually stopping you? I'll give you a second to think about that. If your own self was not the answer, you badly got it all twisted. Nobody can hold you back but you. So, no excuses. Unless you want to be a bum. You are being held back by subconscious limits, which are typically programmed into your subconscious. If a fear of your comfort zone is in your way, you will automatically make up excuses when you reach the end of this comfort zone. Let me put it this way. Your mind is equivalent to a radio, and your states of minds are the antenna. Remember that thoughts are things with their own specific frequencies. Therefore, thoughts are things that you tune into. Your states of conscious / states of mind and or chakras can influence the frequency of those thoughts. What I'm trying to get at here is at the time of experiencing a fear and or blockage from your comfort zone, you will be at the conscious level of the root chakra, or the survival mode of thinking, and will attract thoughts as such. Like attracts like. When you let those fears and the comfort zone hold you back, they will persist to do so, and then strengthen the control they have over your conscious. So, again I ask, what is stopping you? Well, it's your own being, right? So what's the solution to this? Well, I'll give it to you simply. The solution lies within yourself, of course, but this solution may only be found from you, and how you may discover it will be through the burning desire for success, the burning desire to take a hold of your life, the burning desire to live your life to your full potential. You have to be willing to break your fears and break out of the cage we call the comfort zone. Acknowledge that these things' existence only hinders you and disconnects you from your true self. My life truly began to change when I committed to taking the step out of my comfort zone and make life into a comfort zone. I committed to the game of life, and after writing that in the first page of my journal, I could never go back. I could never unsee the promise I had dedicated to developing my own being. Since then, I've been on the path without looking back. So, what's stopping you from taking on this same desire? When I first tried recording a video, it was hell. I literally couldn't even talk into a camera. But I didn't stop there. I didn't give up. I knew I needed to rise above this hurdle that was holding me back. And my burning desire to express my truths led me to look beyond this simple obstacle. I then analyzed the situation and realized it was merely just a fear. Also, I had never done this before, so it was out of my comfort zone, which made it that bit harder. But I still persisted, and guess what? I survived. All that happened is I broke through an illusion that was holding me back. Merely an illusion that doesn't even exist. It existed in my subjective reality, but I simply understood it did not belong there. It was in my way, and I wasn't going to let anything stop me. I want to also inform you about really what got me up to take the step to strive out of my comfort zone and go start taking on the difficulties that I envisioned. What really got me up was the knowing that me taking on the experience of this thing that I desired was only gonna get me used to the labor. So simply put, the earlier I started, the better. The earlier I started, the better I would get. The earlier I started, the more I would progress. So what is stopping you? Yeah. Let me adjust her. Alright. Another thing that I have to mention when we speak of these topics that majority of the world is lacking awareness of and still gets me occasionally is distractions and procrastination, which is related to dopamine. You see, these things have their time and place, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they are a thief of your time. And yet, time being an illusion, it is still the most valuable thing we have, as once it's gone, it ain't returning. Now, I don't want you to forget you're human. Yes, you need the burning desire to surpass all these things hindering and blocking your success, but you must also realize there's a time and place for such distractions, and they can lead to a more healthy mindset if done properly. They can be just healthy for one's own being, and you don't want to forget to vibe, as everything needs balance. But remember to keep your focus steady on what you truly want out of your life. Thoughts manifest directly into reality, so you must develop the burning desire through thoughts to seek out the success. When it comes to this topic of using your valuable time wisely, we always have to speak on dopamine. But I still truly need a whole video itself on this topic. We have not evolved one bit into the transformation into a society, and as a result we have kept our primal reward system that our ancestors used and evolved to survive. But this is a completely different situation nowadays, as the current system is run off our primal instincts, but instead of using them for good, it abuses them and manipulates them without people's awareness. As this current matrix we live in is the complete opposite of natural. We are actually destroying nature because of our primal instincts for things like money. Dopamine was what motivated and strived you to survive back in the day. For example, you're starving and waiting to find a kill, just chilling in a bush, and you're tracking something where you saw some tracks. The dopamine is what kept you excited and motivated to remain still for the kill, let alone the dopamine that would hit you while eating it. There's even been a study on a rat that had a dopamine button it could trigger in its cage, and it avoided its food for the button, and it even further fucking walked through an electrical pad that they put in the cage to reach the dopamine button. It ended up starving to death. This goes to show you how our primal instincts are being manipulated and abused in modern day. They are powerful things. They are root chakra level. They can take over your mind just like they sexual desire. Think about the dopamine you get after you orgasm. Social media, there's $1 billion worth of scientists that study the task of figuring out how to hook your brain onto these apps, to hook your primal instincts. I recommend you watch the Social Dilemma documentary on Netflix if you want to learn more of how this is actually done. And don't forget, this is just one industry. With that said, we bring it back to the main point. What the fuck is stopping you? Well, whatever is stopping you are blockages within yourself. So it's up to you to commit and dedicate your life to breaking through these walls that are blocking you, or else you're gonna forever be stuck within the box. You don't want to do that, do you? So what the fuck are you waiting for? Agent Divine signing out. Peace.